Hey y'all, how are y'all doing today? This is Gabrielle Ether and welcome to my channel, Awake the Wisdom Within. Okay, so this is a reading about your purpose. Like, what is your purpose? But what I thought that I would do is actually try to see, well, you guys, I was thinking about the Bible verse that said, he knew you before you was formed in your mother's womb. So I'm kind of going to go from that. I'm going to try to like tap into like the energy of like exactly who are you meant to be. And I don't know if this is going to be brand new news for you guys, because what I call myself doing is actually seeing what is your very purpose for being on this earth. Like, before anyone ever told you anything, before you even ever figured out anything yourself, there was already a purpose set for you. And I want to see, I don't know exactly what I'm going to call this video, because I do want to kind of make sure that's like, you know, specifically said. So, but that's exactly what I want to tap into. Like, before anyone ever told you anything, before you actually went to school for anything, before you actually you know, went through life and said, oh yeah, I like to help people, or I like to do this or do that. You know, sometimes we just, life kind of like throws us a curveball, and we just kind of like, you know, go from there. And sometimes we just think like, this is our purpose, or this is what we're supposed to do. But from the moment we were born, before we were in our mother's wombs, we had a purpose. And I really do believe that, because that's just one of those Bible verses that really resonates with me. So I do believe that, and that's what I'm going to see. I'm going to actually see, before you was placed in your mother's womb, what was your purpose? Like, what is your purpose? Okay, so yeah, we have 3 choices out here, and I was just led to put these very beautiful pieces out. Like, some of my favorite ones, what's this, a hematoid? I think that's what it's called. Y'all, isn't it so pretty? I've become addicted. I've ordered more of these because I've become like addicted. And ammonite, I think, ammonite. And it has like red flashes in it also. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, I have bigger pieces of those. It's like so pretty. And this is a clear quartz that I'm finding it to be like pretty handy dandy here lately. I've been using it so much, and I never really used clear quartz that much. So yeah, are y'all ready? I already know y'all are already ready. Y'all were waiting on me, right? Okay then, well, let's get to it. Okay, so you guys, those of you guys who were drawn to this, if I'm saying it wrong, of course it's going to be in the description. This hematoid, I think that's what it's called. My favorite piece. I love it. It's beautiful. We're going to see. I actually had it up here, so let me put it back. But we're going to see just who were you assigned to be. Like, before you were even formed in your mother's womb. Like, before anybody knew you. Like, you had a purpose. So who were you? Initiation by water. I already have something to say with that. We have paradigm shift. Okay, we have dark angel. I was already looking at that like, okay, but I was getting something from that, and then that came out. Oh my gosh. We have, okay y'all, these are the, I said I wanted to start telling you guys the name of the cards. These are the light worker oracles. Okay, these cards right here are called Treasure Vibes. So we have, I'm gonna put this at what do you love, and we have vibe check. Now we have the Mystic Shaman cards coming up. Let me see what these are. We have the Serpent. Wow. this reading is definitely not what I thought. The rainbow, taming the wind. So this is what I'm getting, you guys. Okay, keep it all the way real with you guys. Some of you guys have one of those signs like I'm getting water in air signs. Okay, water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Okay, then we have air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There is a purpose for every type of person in this world. I feel like some of you guys are just so misunderstood, and you are actually put on this earth for that very purpose. You guys have been through, you were put on this earth to, I think a lot of you guys have just had hard lives, and you were actually, you know, chosen for this life. You were chosen to have like a hard life. And I feel like you have one of those stereotypical signs that people don't like, you know, like Gemini, Scorpio, one of those like that. And one thing about, you know, Pisces can kind of be one, you know, sometimes, because like one thing when it comes to, you know, Pisces, for an example, I'll say this. You can always kind of tell a Pisces by their eyes. They have like mysterious looking eyes. Well, they're not the only ones. Scorpios do too, and Leos. But it's not a bad thing. They just have mysterious looking eyes. And like people always say, you know, look out for Pisces. They're kind of quick to turn bad. You know, like they're kind of quick to turn evil. I will say this in my experience. Of course, it's not all Pisces. But it seems like when a Pisces turn evil, they turn evil. And it's kind of like they can be more acceptable to turning evil. It's like the reputation of a Scorpio, you know? Like people just assume that these are just horrible people. They're misunderstood type of people. I was telling a girl earlier today who told me she was a Scorpio. They're very misunderstood type of people. And that's kind of the reason why you're here. It's like the creator said, the creator said, I'm gonna have you born in this month because I want you to be this specific air sign. I want you to be this specific water sign. And I don't know what sign you are, but it's just an example, okay? Israel. So where did I leave off at before I was so rudely interrupted? It wasn't rude. She just didn't know any better. She wanted me to heat up her food. Anyways, y'all, I feel like the reason why I'm saying all this is because we know the tendencies of some of these signs. You know, like people will say Pisces can be evil people. I know one thing people don't say. People don't usually say Cancers are bad people. And in my experience, every time I meet a Cancer, I feel like a Cancer is just like, and it's not even really the women, it's most of the time the men are just, they have a way with their words and they can be really mean people. With that being said, all of us have dark sides of our signs. I know it's one thing about a Taurus. You guys know I'm a Taurus. It's one thing about a Taurus that I just absolutely hate. I really despise being this way, and then I know it's in me, but I know it's not good to be like that. You know, people say Tauruses belittle people. That's just like the worst thing in the world to me, y'all, because I hate to see someone belittle people. And then, if I'm honest with myself, I've seen myself do that to people sometimes, especially if someone makes me mad. I try to think of the worst thing to say to someone, but it's usually, and that's usually one thing about a Taurus, you usually have to do something to them, you know, and then it's like when they retaliate, it's almost like it's not fair, you know, because they like that. So with that being said, what I'm trying to say is kind of like you were actually born to be like this misunderstood person. Now, I'm not calling nobody evil. I'm saying we all got our ways, okay? People say Cancers can be like that. People say Pisces can be like that. And I'm just being honest. In my experience, I have seen a lot of Pisces. It seems like that is the sign that's more acceptable to just turn evil. It is not all Pisces, but it happens, okay? People do say stereotypically Scorpios are just evil people. People say that. I'm not saying all Scorpios, but it's stereotypical of that sign is what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying now? So, and I feel like you guys feel like that about yourselves. You can kind of like feel a dark energy within yourself. Like you can kind of feel yourself going to the dark side sometimes, and you just wonder why you're like that. You were born like that. Don't that sound horrible what I'm saying? Yeah, but y'all know what I'm saying. I'm saying you were born to carry this energy. Now I'm getting somewhere. I'm trying not to flash my fingernails so much because they so, y'all, I need to take them off. But I'm getting somewhere with this, okay? Y'all already know me. I'm not just fixing to let y'all, I'm not fixing to say crazy stuff and then just let y'all go. I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna encourage you if nothing else. So, but we gotta get all this honest talk out first, okay? So, and sometimes I do wish people would be more honest with themselves. Like, if you know you were Gemini, then you know you got that two-faced stuff in you. It's like my son is a Gemini. Like, so people don't really want to admit it. Like, I feel like the thing about my sign is one of the most horrible things ever. Like, I hate that, y'all, and I hate injustice. That's that Libra moon part of me. But I have to admit, I've seen myself do that sometimes. So the world will be a better place if we all check ourselves sometimes. But like, yeah, Geminis, they do, man. They do have that two-faced side in them, and I'm sorry, it's pretty much anytime I've ever ran across one. I don't run across many Geminis as far as dating wise, I would say that, but I do meet a lot of Geminis, and they really do. They do come off like one day they'll have your back and the next moment they won't. If you're around, one thing I noticed about Geminis, y'all, if you are around a whole lot of people and their back is like pushed up against the wall and you by yourself, they fixing to go to the majority. They will leave you hanging. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm saying that because I've experienced that with different Geminis a couple of different times. Now, with that being said, they're so misunderstood. What happens with a Gemini is Geminis, it's not they're not loyal. They don't feel that loyalty like us Tauruses do. They don't feel like they have to pick a side, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I tell you guys one thing, someone told me one time, your gift is you're able to, and I've had to tell other people this in readings also, your gift is that even when you see bad in people, you're able to understand that badness in people and overlook it and know that, okay, this badness comes from a certain place. I'm able to do that because I see the bad in my own self. We all have ways, like I just named to one of you guys, like one thing that they say about Taurus that I just think, people say Tauruses talk to people any kind of way. Do y'all know how bad, to me, like I can't stand when people talk to me crazy, but I'm talking to somebody else crazy? Yeah, I know this in me. I know it is, okay? So yeah, but y'all are on Gabrielle Ether reading, so y'all already know. I already tell y'all we are monster movers, and we move the monsters out of ourselves first so we can then see clearly enough to move the monster out of other people. That's why we are monster movers, okay? So yeah, this reading, it might come off a little like, okay, you brace yourself, but I'm getting to a place. I'm looking at all these cards, okay? And I'm seeing that people pretty much think like you're evil sometimes. People don't understand you. They just say, if some people just really think you're a bad person. And if you're honest with yourself, you have, like I just told you guys, different ways of certain signs that they actually can be. Like like people who have those signs really can be that way, you know, just like my sign, I really can be that way. It is the truth. But with that being said, you're very misunderstood, you know. For one, you wouldn't be here if there wasn't a very important purpose on your life, okay? These cards wouldn't even have came out if this wasn't a very important reading for you guys. So with that being said, I heard someone say one day, people who come off dark, certain people who come off dark are not really dark. It's just the fact that they are not afraid to walk into dark places. So they can come off dark sometimes, you know. And sometimes y'all ever look at someone with weird energy and you just like, oh, they vibe seems wrong. And actually what you're picking up on is just someone who is just, their energy is just incredibly strong. A strongness like none other, a bravery like none other. And I think that's what you guys are. I think you guys are very strong. You have like you have like this impeccable strength, impeccable bravery. And I think, guys, people tell you that sometimes, like, God, how do you deal with that? How do you go through that? How do you do that? You just have the strength, like they say, a strength of 10 men or whatever, a strength of 10,000 men. That's the type of strength that you have, okay? So you was born to, you guys, this is you guys' purpose, okay? You was born to really like slay some of the most hardest like entities, some of the most hardest, some of the most evil, some of the most wicked witches, some of the most evil people, some of the most evil demons, the lowest of the lowest demons, or very high ranking demons. You guys were actually born for that. And so that's why you've had to go through some things in your life that were just really, really rough. You guys have had some rough childhoods, some rough even adulthoods. You guys have really been going through like some rough times in your life. But what do they say? You know, they say that you go through those things because it makes you stronger, okay? The thing is, you guys were built for that, okay? So, with that being said, you kind of come off like that. You kind of come off bad, or you kind of come off evil. But are you actually like that? Nah, you're not really like that. But you know you come off, like some people say, like, RBF. Y'all know I don't curse. I don't use profanity ever. On here or in my everyday life, I don't. That's just me. But RBF, or resting, you know, B-face. People probably say that about you. For one, you just had to be so strong. So you do kind of have this intimidating look sometimes. You have this intimidating presence sometimes because you've had to be so strong, okay? So like I said, you wouldn't even be here if that's just actually the way you are. You're actually not like that. You're actually the type of people, like, if someone says I need this, you're trying to see how to give it to them. People most likely will never even know that about you because they feel like you're intimidating. But you're not like that, okay? You might, like they say, you might have a bad reputation, as like they would say a Scorpio do have. But Scorpios, what about y'all? That's incredible. Really, really, really passionate persons, people, some of the most big heart people ever. I love when I meet Scorpio, especially Scorpio females, okay? And not dating wise, I can't really get with the men, okay? But I will say this about Scorpios: I love when I meet a Scorpio because they're so passionate people. One thing about Pisces, those are some smart people. Man, it seems like every time I meet a Pisces, they're so intellectual. They're so witty, you know, usually pretty funny people. To me, they just say some of the most clever things, so things that you can't even think, you know, that the normal person couldn't even think of. I love that about Pisces. And one thing about Cancers, man, one thing I love about a Cancer is how laid back they are. That's why people don't see them as mean as I do. One of my very great friends, very good friend, I love him so much, is a Cancer. And man, one thing I love about Cancers is how laid back they are, how really nonchalant they are. A Cancer is really like, I just don't care. Like, they are just, when they see drama, they try to find their best to turn a dramatic situation into something good. Now, I call them mean because I don't feel like they're too much aware of their words sometimes. Sometimes their word just cut, you know, but Cancer, you know, man, Cancers are just like, they find a way to just make light, you know, a hard situation light, you know, very lighthearted people, and I love that about them, you know. And like I was talking about, like air signs, like, hey, yeah, Geminis, man, now we already know, if you want to see someone with a natural light, usually that's a Gemini. Someone who can just make someone smile, you know, for no reason at all, that's a Gemini. You know, usually they're like they will be that person that's just like, that's just trying on purpose to make people happy. They get on my nerves sometimes. My son do that all the time. But who do that? Like, you know, that's one of those things that, like, you know, a lot of people don't have in them, and they will actually go out their way just to see someone smile. And isn't that lovely? That's wonderful, you know. Like Libras, man, I'm a Libra moon. One thing I would say about Libra, the way that they stand up for everything and everybody, love that about them. And Aquarius, my sister is Aquarius, is an Aquarius. They're really big-hearted people too. They're really sensitive, and it's kind of like, you probably wouldn't know that they are, but they are. I don't want to keep going through all these signs, but I know I'm just picking up on it. I was really picking up on heavy air and water energy, and it might be every other sign too, but at least what I'm saying should still resonate with you guys. And I'm pretty much done with this reading, because who you guys were born to be was just like these ultimate demon slayers, okay? And now this right here is rare. This is when they say many are called but few are chosen, because not many people can do this. Not many people can like slay the toughest of the toughest and the hardest of the hardest, and that's what you guys are. You guys would be the epitome of what I would call the people, the followers on this channel, monster movers, because you guys could actually do it and you're not scared, you know. You're not scared, you're not weak, you know. You're just you're pretty strong, you're pretty brave, and you know that, you know. So hey, if people call you mean, if people call you evil, if people say you intimidating, then the only thing I'm gonna say to you guys is just kind of just know that they halfway right. Like, you know that, don't get offended just because you know you can come off intimidating. Look what you've been through. You've had to be so strong, so yeah, you can come off intimidating sometimes. Don't let that bother you. But are you mean? Are you evil on the inside? Nah, you know you're not like that, so don't even worry about stuff like that when people say that to you. Just you guys, I had to realize one time when people were saying so much stuff about me at one point in time in my life, I stopped taking it personal, because I started to realize, you know what, some of it is true. Like, can I be like that sometimes? Yeah. But I know my heart. You know, I know I don't have like a manipulative bone in my body. So, you know what? I just start to, a lot of things got easier, you guys, when I start to just really accept who I am, you know, because at the end of the day, is your heart really bad? Is that really in your heart? No. No, majority of you guys are that are listed here are big-hearted people, and that's what your purpose is. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know how this reading went for you guys. If you liked it and all that stuff. That's why y'all continue to come and grow with me and subscribe so we can become a part of each other's tribe. Bye. Okay, y'all, those of you guys who were drawn to this ammonite right here. Oh, I think that's what this is called. Let's see who you were born to be. But to see, I'm going to see right now. Third ray, creative intelligence. Third ray of creative intelligence. Okay. Alchemical mutation. Hold your center. Okay. Y'all, these are the, I said I was gonna start telling y'all what cards I work with. This is the light worker oracle, okay? So these next cards are Trust Your Vibe, Name Your Higher Self, Clear the Past. Oh, I have a lot of cards here. Call on your joy guides. And then we have Feed Your Spirit. Excuse me, y'all. Sneezing everywhere. Call on your joy guides. Feed your spirit. Okay, let me see. The rest of the cards. Oh my gosh, come on. The rattle. The seer. The sweat lodge. So, this is a little easier for me just simply because the seer came out in third rate of creative intelligence. Is that what I said the first time? Did I read something totally different than what I said? I will do stuff like that. Third rate of creative intelligence. Because when I saw third, I immediately heard third eye. Okay, so, and so before you were even here, before you was even forming your mother's womb, who were you meant to be? Who were you called to be? And I would definitely just go ahead and say a seer, okay? Definitely. Okay, yeah, seer. Okay, so yeah, you've been here before, like most of us have. But the thing is, I think you guys have had like a lot of lives, a lot of different lives. This is not your first go around here or second or third. Like, you guys have been here a lot, okay? So to me, I feel like, you know how they say when you come back here is to learn a lesson? I think you guys were placed here not to learn any lessons, but more so to do what you've always done, because you're kind of like ascendant master type of ish. Like, you've always been the wisdom person, or you know, like the in every life, like a person of great wisdom, a person of like some type of teacher, some type of healer in every life. And you just kind of keep rotating. Now, I don't know if this is your last life or not, and it's kind of like you guys' life, you guys' calling is just to be just that you've always been in other lives. Like, you guys should look up more past life readings, you know, to get more of an insight on exactly who you were. Okay. Did I tell you guys I don't know how to pause on this new phone? I don't know how to pause it. So I have to think while I'm on the phone now. See what Spirit is saying. You guys are here to... You guys were born to actually to change people. And what I mean by that is literally take people from their old ways and transform them into a totally different person. And I think you guys have that about you. I have that gift in you, and I think people have told you. People have said things to you like, "Wow, when I met you, I've never heard it like that before," or I've never thought about it like that before. I think you're the type of person who's always coming up with new ideas. And I think people go to you, I think people have often said to you like, wow, like you're really creative, or, you know, you're very wise, you're very smart. And I think you're just kind of like the helper. You're like the helper. You're the one that people always call on to, like, just for like advice, encouragement, to be inspired. Feed your spirit, but that's what you do for other people. I think you're constantly giving out advice. I think you're constantly trying to heal people, if that's what you do. You're constantly teaching people. That's who you are. I met a person one time, y'all, that like he was a talker. He could just talk. But usually people who they say, like, you know, just who can really talk like that are teachers, you know, and they're naturally here to just really speak life into people. And you guys have done it so much in other lives, you're doing it again. You're here to do it again, to literally like feel like literally raise up people from the dead. Like, people will say the walking dead, people who are just walking around here, you know, lifeless. But you guys can speak a word to someone and totally turn their life around and make them come alive again. You're here to raise the living from the dead. Wow. Wow. So you guys are some really powerful people. You guys are some healers. And I feel like the type of seer you are might not be the type that's that would do pretty much like something like what I do. I think you're very intuitive, to where if someone is talking to you and they're telling you about their problems, you guys can just understand their problems. You guys can just understand their problems. You guys would just literally know exactly what's going on with them. You know exactly what to say. And I think that's what people tell you. People are like, I think that's what people tell you guys. I think people tell you like stuff like, wow, you made my day, like, or, you know, you knew just what to say. You know just what to say. Like, I think when you get off the phone with people, people often tell you like, wow, like every time I talk to you, like you just make my day. You know, you're just one of those people. It's because when you hear people, you just kind of have that gift about you. When you hear people, you know what to say to them. You're very intuitive in that way. You know what to say to them. You know, you just have that magic touch. You know what to say to people to make their day go by a little better. You know what to say to people to, you know, make them change their minds. I feel like you guys, if you haven't done it yet, you guys can talk to people who are suicidal. You'll be one of those people. And this is part of your purpose. Like I said, you're healers, and your purpose is to transform lives, to raise the living from the dead. And I mean like in extreme situations. Because if you haven't done it yet, you guys, you know, and comment below if you actually have. You know, I would love to hear that. But people can come to you and say, you know what, I just feel like I can't take it anymore. You know, like, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. And you'll know what to tell that person to give that person hope for a brand new day. That's your calling. That's your purpose right there. People who are just down in the dumps and feel real low, you'll know what to say to them, or you'll know exactly what to do. You'll give them exactly what they need. Like, you're a great leader. Yeah. And I just, wow, y'all, I think everything that I'm saying about this particular reading is just so powerful, and just so, it's so sweet. You know, it is the best thing ever to be able to touch people the way you do, to be able to touch hearts and touch lives the way you do. That is wonderful, y'all. And so many times, y'all, I get on to people, like, or I often speak out about people who really don't care about people's lives. You know, there is nothing that burns me up, y'all, when I see people who are teachers now and are so-called healers. They don't care nothing about people's whole life, their whole hearts and souls. You don't care nothing about a spirit, people's spirits and people's souls, people's minds, and you a teacher. Like, there's just nothing that burns me up more, and you guys are the total opposite. So I'm just flattered to even read for you guys right now, because the type of energy that you have is one like none other. And a lot of people should be flattered, should be humbled by even being in your presence, by being in the presence of someone who can just literally, like I said, y'all, take the living from the dead and make them alive again, who just know the right words to say. That's because your heart is so pure. It's as if before you was formed in your mother's womb, like I was saying, y'all, it's like you were placed and given this heart like none other. You was given this heart to that knows how to touch other people's heart, that knows how to sympathize and empathize with other people. Okay? So, and if anybody ever got something to say about the type of person you are, be happy that you're just not like them. You know? Don't ever let nobody discourage you when you're walking around with a heart like that. Okay? And don't ever let anything confuse you, because sometimes when you're walking around with a heart like that, sometimes you can get confused and start feeling like, you know what, I'm just not going to be the type of person who I am, because you know what, people like that get hurt easily, they go under a lot of attacks easily. So don't never let anything discourage you from being the type of person that you are. There are people who can't have the type of heart that you have even if they tried. Okay, so that's all, y'all. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know if this resonated with you guys at all. And that's all. Continue to come and grow with me and subscribe so we can become a part of each other's tribe. Bye. Okay, so for those of you guys who were drawn to this, clear quartz right here. Isn't it pretty? Okay, here are your cards. Initiation by air. Didn't it come out the first time? No, I think it was initiation by water. I was just about to say, I just put that up. Wisdom of the divine feminine. Okay. Power of the divine masculine. Both of them came out together. Oh. Earth. The ghost dance. The arrow. Y'all, where y'all other cards at? Did I not shuffle any more cards for y'all? That is super weird. Okay, so these are, like I did in every reading, I told the deck, because I don't usually do it. So these are, I don't usually do that in my reading. This is the Lightworker Oracle. This is Mystic Shaman. And then I'm also doing Trust Your Vibes. And I don't have any Trust Your Vibe cards out here. And I've done it in every deck. So I'm wondering, y'all, I'll be right back. I'm wondering if I'm just going to leave it like this or deal y'all some more cards. We'll see. Okay, so I did go ahead and pull you guys out some 3 cards from that other deck. You have take your time, be generous, woo woo is wonderful. And yeah, this is pretty easy. I'm always so glad this spirit does this for me. Seem like the last one is always the easiest one for me. And I'm picking up earth signs and air signs because we have them out here, okay? So we have earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I'm like, what's the third earth sign? And it's me, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. We have the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? So, before you was born into your mother's womb, seemed like you guys are here to just heal the world, heal the earth, okay? So, you guys have this presence about you guys. Yeah, you guys really are here to show everyone direction. When I first saw that card, I was like, oh, okay, these are people who are going to primarily talk to women. So, with that being said, let me tell y'all what I'm getting. The fact that this one is right side up and this one's upside down, I left it like that. You have a special calling for women, okay? But do you stop there? No, you talk to everyone, okay? But there is a specific thing that you do that is just for women. So I think some of you guys have been questioning that, okay? Because you know, I feel like a lot of you guys know that you have been called to do something specific with women. So, but some of you guys are like, do I stop there? So there are people, and I don't feel like I'm talking to nobody in this reading either. There are people whose assignment is only for women. There are people whose assignment is only for kids or only for men, but not you guys. You guys are going to primarily do something for women. But, and I'm talking to men and women here, but you are here to speak to the world, to everyone, okay? So I'm looking at this be generous here, and just because I saw that, I feel like this is you, and this is you basically holding up people, holding up the world. There's something in you that just gives, okay? Sometimes I feel like you guys can give a little too much. I feel like this is here just to give you guys a warning, you know? Okay, to, you know, take more time out for yourself, because you guys do this and you do it so much. So we literally only have out here initiation by air, divine feminine, power of the divine masculine earth. You know, it's not like I have like a lot of clues out here like I had with the other cards, because it seems like this message is just straight to the point. And the way that you have about you is kind of like, I'm looking at this ghost dance card, which I would usually interpret totally different, but what I'm hearing is this way that you guys have about yourselves, and you're able to kind of like work your way or work your magic around people. What people will say, like, work your magic, you know, around people in a way to where you can just touch many people, touch many hearts, and touch many souls, you know. And I think people say that about you. People say, you know, you just have a way about yourself. There's just something about you, you know, that just seems really sweet and just really nice. And I think you guys get that compliment all the time, like, wow, you're a really nice person, you're a really sweet person. What a compliment to have. You know, what you guys do, you guys are here to really show people the way, show people direction. So one thing that you do is, yeah, you're like a teacher, but you guys probably really do a lot of studying and a lot of research, okay? You're one of those people that people probably would say is like a know-it-all, you know. Hey, especially if you're one of those earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, yeah. If those aren't the signs where people say they are like know-it-alls, yeah. I mean, the people that they say are like know-it-alls are the earth signs, you know. They tell me that all the time as a Taurus, and I know that's just one thing. That's one thing that Tauruses can act like Capricorns too, and Virgos. Okay. So I'm picking up, yes, really heavy earth energy. Aquarius is an air sign, and they do act like that too. That's one of their stereotypes, you know, know-it-all type of energy. But do you guys know it all? No one does, but you really come close, okay? You are that person that people come to when they I think if you guys was led to the last deck, I wouldn't be surprised, because it's kind of similar but a little different, you know, because I feel like with you guys, now I just kind of lost my train of thought, and that happens to me sometimes, y'all. I feel like with you guys, though, you guys are really here to show people direction, to where people will call the last deck and for like encouragement, and you know, to be built up and everything. I think people call you guys more for like how to, you know, things like that. Like, you're the one people say, like, have you ever heard of, let me get an example. Like, oh, this is one. Okay, so you guys are the ones that people will call and be like, do you believe in UFOs? Do you believe in aliens? You guys probably just get random inboxes sometimes and say, hey, you know what? I was researching the Merkaba, and I just said that because it's the card I got earlier. Do you know anything about that? Or, hey, I saw this orb of light. Do you think this could be a fairy, a pixie? Or, hey, I saw this dark presence. What do you think that is? Now those are spiritual things, but I feel like those are the things that people call you guys for. Like, you're very informative. But I definitely see someone calling you guys and being like, you know what? I've seemed to have broken my I've seemed to have broken my remote. I know you're familiar with things like that. Do you know how to fix it? Can you tell me how to fix it? Or, you know, my phone is malfunctioning. Do you know how to fix this? Do you know how to fix this or that? Or either stuff like, you know, I'm trying to give you guys all types of examples. Like, you know, my hair is not acting right. What can I use? What can I put in it? I have blemishes on my skin. And I think you guys are like, yup. Like, I can hear y'all now. So come in the comment section below if you're saying that right now. But I really feel like people do that, you know, or say, you know what? You know, I have blemishes on my skin. What can I use? Or, you know, even you guys probably have like a great fashion sense. So people call you guys and say, you know what, I'm wearing this blue shirt, what can I wear with this? And then they'll send you a picture and then you help them. Like, I think you guys are very informative type of people. That's because before you were formed in your mother's womb, you was born to be this informative type of person. It's like your creator said, you know what, this is going to be the type of person that's going to be filled with a lot of information. So we're going to make this person like that. We're going to make them be born in May, and we're going to make them a Taurus, and they're just going to want to just research and search for stuff. You know, we're going to make them be born in January or September, and we're just gonna make them the type of people who just like to work a lot. Wow, all of them have their reputation, don't they? Virgos, Capricorns, and Tauruses. And Tauruses is known to be lazy. And then, but one thing about Taurus is they're also known to be one of the most hardest workers, okay? If you get them started, you can't really stop them. So yeah, and I think it's like the creator's like, yeah, I'm gonna let them be born in that month so they can really be the type who like to just research stuff. And one thing about me, y'all, I have to get rest. I do have to just remind myself to rest, because I will literally look up things all night. And then guys say, what do you like to do for fun? And do y'all know I don't like to tell them? I like to research. I like to learn. I like to educate myself. I don't like to say that, but I will. I will. They're like, what do you do in your spare time? Or either people be like, oh yeah, you're always on YouTube. What are you doing? watching funny videos, watching hair videos. No, I'm usually like learning. I'm usually watching like a lot of Dan Calloway, looking at a lot of Native American ancestry type of things. I'm usually watching anything, stuff that if it's something that I'm like, wow, I just have not heard of, I want to see that. I want to know that. I'm watching a lot of reading. Sometimes I watch readings not for myself but just to learn, because I don't know how to read tarot. I watch a lot of astrology. I just like to learn, y'all. I love information, and I think you get when I'm saying this, you guys are like, yep, I like that too. I'm that way too. Yeah, I like to learn, and I want to know more and more and more. I feel like I do want to eventually be like this human computer, like this human Google. If someone asks me a question, I want to know the answer to it. And people do that a lot when it comes to me too. People just ask. Sometimes I wonder, like, why are people just asking me questions? Like, I don't know these weird things. But you guys are probably related to that too, but they think you do, because that's your reputation, you know. Or either that's one thing that you were born and put on this earth to do, to teach people, to inform people, okay? So slightly different from the last people, but if you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys had that energy too from the last card also. And that's pretty much when you were born, when you were put here to do. It's like I said, before you was put in your mother's womb, the creator said, yeah, I'm gonna have him or her put on be born on this day, because I need them for this. They're going to be a great asset. You guys, with the gift that you guys have, you're a great asset to your universe. And don't never let nobody tell you any different. You guys will be who they will call like the geeks or the weirdos or the nerds, you know. Because you just really, like, you guys are very smart, highly intelligent, really wise people. Very, very, very smart. A mind like no other. I think people tell you guys that too. I've heard that before. People tell me that often. Sometimes people talk to me, y'all, and they be like, I just don't even understand the type of mind you have. Like, you literally have the type of mind that I've never seen before. And I think you guys probably can really relate. And you were actually put on here to have that type of mind, to have a really intellectual mind, you know, to have the type of mind that can just really think beyond the norm. Like, you guys don't settle for the status quo, do you? I don't think you guys do. You really think outside of the box. You're a really open-minded type of person, and that's what you were literally put on this earth to do, to like expand people's horizons, to like really teach them things that like that they never heard of before, to really just give people knowledge, you know, men and women. And I've said this on several readings. They're going to be downloads given to you guys, and y'all let me know if you guys have been led to one of those readings before of mine, where I would say that like there is knowledge that's coming to this earth that has not even yet been on this earth, okay? That the ascended masters of this earth are going to actually give to you. You're going to get downloads that have not even yet to have been reached this earth. They have yet to even reach this earth, and they're going to be given to you guys. And when you guys have the information, get a YouTuber channel or something like that, put it out there, okay? It don't matter if you have a couple of followers or subscribers like me, because all you need is just that one person. That's the reason why I keep doing this. That one person with like 1 million subscribers can come over your video one day and hear what you said, and hopefully they don't steal it, like they usually do. Hopefully they will say, you know what, I heard this profound thing, and it's this and this and this, and they will blow you up just like they're blown up. So hopefully that's what happens, you know. But still, that knowledge still needs to be out there, because, hey, most of the time in this world, it has happened to me before a couple of times. And especially with other psychics too. They will take your ideas and not even say, like, it's not even that hard, y'all. And not even say, hey, I got this idea from Gabrielle Ether, because even though I've never seen it on YouTube before, you know, I'm not going to act like this is just my idea. And people be down in the comments, y'all, people be down in the comments like, oh wow, I've never seen this on YouTube before, like I've never heard of this before. And it'll literally be my idea. And yeah, because it hadn't been on YouTube before, and those of you guys have been following me, some of you guys would tell me that, like, I like your channel because, you know, you have ideas that, you know, I've never seen. I tell you guys all the time, yeah, I don't. You guys are, you know, would like really resonate with a lot of the things that I have been through. But yeah, I tell y'all all the time, I don't run out of ideas. It's just me, and I think you guys are the same. You're just like that. You probably can resonate. So yeah, but that's all, y'all. But what else was I going to say? I thought I was going to say one more thing for you, with you guys. But yeah, if you're not familiar with my videos, make sure you turn on your notifications, because one thing about me, like I said, I don't just do, you know, the normal videos on YouTube. You know, sometimes I do, like, this is a video that's been done millions of times on YouTube. I try to make them a little different, or, you know, sometimes it's just a video that you've never heard before. So that's why it's important for your notifications to be on when it comes to my videos, because you never know when it's going to be that specific reading that's going to be just for you, okay? So that you probably won't see anywhere else on YouTube, and it's just one of the benefits of being one of the monster movers on this channel. So yeah, if y'all haven't heard before, sometimes I call the subscribers on this channel monster movers, because I feel like on this channel, that's what we do. We move monsters out of other people's lives. But what do we do first? We look at the monsters that are inside of us first, because then, only then, can we see clearly enough to move the monsters out of other people's lives. And that's what I feel like we are on this channel. And that's all, y'all. Continue to come and grow with me and subscribe so we can become a part of each other's tribe. Bye.